With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
The given question is a ball is thrown from ground at an angle theta with a horizontal and with an initial speed u naught. Okay, as we can see in the figure. For the resulting projectile motion, the magnitude of average velocity of the ball up to the point when it hits the ground for the first time is v1. After hitting the ground, the ball rebounds at the same angle theta but with a reduced speed of u naught by alpha. Okay, so till now it is being given in the question that for the average velocity for this first complete projectile motion is given as v1, and after reaching this point on the ground, it again rebounded in the up direction with a decreased velocity or reduced speed of u naught by alpha. Okay, making the same angle theta. Its motion continues for a long time as shown in figure. If the magnitude of average velocity of the ball for the entire duration of motion is 0.8 times of v1, then we have to find the value of alpha. Okay, so now we are given the average velocity for this complete motion. Okay, for this complete motion it is given to be 0.8 times of v1, so we have to find the value of alpha. Okay, so now the average velocity formula is given as the total displacement, right? Total displacement divided by the total time taken. Okay, divided by the total time taken by the particle. Okay, so here we are given the average speed v1. Okay, for this motion. Okay, for the first complete motion is v1. So if I assume the horizontal range of the first complete projectile motion up till this point is r1, and the total time taken by the particle to complete this motion is t1. So we can write v1 must be equals to r1 over t1. Okay, so now here putting the formulas of horizontal range, we have range, this is the general formula which is given as u square sine 2 theta by g, right? And the time taken is given as 2u sine theta divided by g, right? So we have, so putting the values here, we will get v1 equals to the value of r1 is u square sine 2 theta divided by g whole divided by 2u sine theta divided by g. So from here, cancelling out the common terms, we have g can be cancelled out, and this u, okay, this u can be cancelled out from here, and further this sine 2 theta I can open as, see here, v1 equals to, this will be written as u into 2 sine theta cos theta, right? And whole divided by, we have in the denominator 2 sine theta. From here 2 sine theta will also be cancelled out, and we will be left with v1 equals to u cos theta, means this is the average speed for the first projectile motion. Okay, for up till this point. So now if I have to write the complete average velocity for the complete motion, then I can write it as, see, the average velocity for the complete motion is given to be 0.8 times of v1, and we can write this as summation of all the horizontal range, right? For first plus second plus third plus up to infinite. Okay, see, we are given in the question that the motion is continuing for a long time. Okay, so we can assume that it is happening for infinite projectile motions, right? So we can write it here, sigma r divided by the total time taken, and sigma r can be written as r1 plus r2 plus r3 up to infinite motions. Okay, divided by the t1 plus t2 plus t3 are the respective times for each projectile motion. So from here, see, we can write 0.8 times of v1, and see, this is the general formula, okay, for the horizontal range. Now what is varying in these terms are the initial velocities only. Okay, for first motion we had initial velocity as u naught. For second motion we have initial velocity as u naught by alpha. Okay, we can see in the figure also. This is u naught by alpha. For third motion we have u naught by alpha square, means we can take u naught also common. So from the range part we can take u naught square into this sine 2 theta. Okay, this term is also constant. So sine 2 theta divided by g, we can take this common and we will be left with 1 plus 1 by alpha whole square. Okay, plus 1 by alpha square whole square plus up to infinite. Okay, see here for the first horizontal range we have u square, u naught square sine 2 theta by g, plus for second range we have u naught by alpha whole square sine 2 theta by g, and similarly going on. Okay, divided by, for the total time we have u naught sine theta 2 u naught sine theta by g, and in the brackets we will be left with 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square plus up to infinity. Okay, so from here first of all cancelling out the common terms, we can cancel g, we can cancel u naught from here. Okay, now see here one more thing we can also cancel. This sine 2 theta I can write as 2 sine theta cos theta. Okay, let me write here. So we can write here 2 sine theta cos theta, right? So from here we can cancel 2 sine theta also. Okay, this 2 sine theta also we can cancel. So I am rubbing it and I am rewriting. We will be left with only u naught cos theta here. Okay, so let me clear this out and write freshly. So in the numerator we will be left with only u naught cos theta. Okay, and here see now this is a GP. Okay, in the numerator and in the denominator we are having a GP term, and the sum of a GP for infinite terms is given as 1 over 1 minus r. Okay, where r is the common ratio. Okay, common ratio of the GP, and common ratio we can find as second term divided by first term. Okay, so now using this formula here we will get 0.8 times of v1 equals to u naught cos theta. Now see in the numerator we have the common ratio as 1 over alpha whole square, right? So 1 over alpha whole square divided by 1 will be 1 by alpha whole square. So we can write here as 1 over 1 minus 1 by alpha square. Okay, and in the denominator we have a common ratio which is 1 over 1 minus 1 by alpha. Okay, so from here see one more thing we can do here. We just have found that v1 is equals to u, this is u naught cos theta. Okay, sorry, in the beginning I made a mistake here. This is u naught, this is u naught, u naught here. Okay, this is u naught. So v1 is given equals to be u naught cos theta. So from this equation also I can cancel out v1 and this u naught cos theta. Okay, so we will be left with 0.8 into 1 over 1 minus 1 by alpha, right? And this will be equals to 1 over, see this term we can write as 1 square minus 1 by alpha whole square. So this is 1 over a square minus b square formula. So we can write here 1 plus 1 by alpha into 1 minus 1 by alpha, right? So this term will be cancelled by this term, and further we will be left with 0.8 equals to, this is alpha divided by 1 plus alpha. So we can solve this as 0.8 plus 0.8 alpha equals to alpha. So now from here we will get 0.8 and this will be equals to alpha minus 0.8 alpha, so that we will be left with 0.2 alpha. From here alpha will be calculated to be 4. Hence the final answer found is 4. So the value of alpha is 4. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut App today.